Hello and thank you for joining us for Evolve TV, where we uncover the secrets of how aftermarket workshops can improve, optimise and systemise their businesses. I'm your host, Mark Aston, and in this episode we discover why we should be embracing digital solutions in our business, learn what is available to us and what we need to look out for. We consider the ways in which these tools and solutions make both ours and our customers' lives easier and ensure that we stay at the top of our game. To share this with us, we're joined by our very special guest, Kev Almond, who was the B2B Operations Manager over at Repco.
As part of the leading Evolve workshop program by Mechanic.com.au, Evolve TV helps aftermarket workshops discover how to become more connected with the marketplace, their customers, their staff, as well as other leading aftermarket workshops. Learn how to leverage digital platforms and tools as well as best business practices in order to run a more efficient and innovative automotive service and repair business. This is Evolve TV.
Welcome to the show, Kev.
Thanks, Mark.
Good to have you along. This program's about digital solutions. Let me ask you a very basic question first up. What are digital solutions?
Well, a mechanic fixes problems for a living, right? A workshop has got loads of solutions to common problems. Sometimes it's a specialty tool, sometimes it's just a bigger hammer. A digital solution is just a software approach to those workshop problems. And as Repco, we spend a lot of time listening to our mechanical workshops and listening out for the common stuff and then creating software to help make that easier.
How long have digital solutions been around?
The advent of mobile phones and computers has certainly accelerated it. But we've been in this space now for the last 10 years or so, and we're accelerating.
Give us a couple of examples, Kev, of digital solutions and how they can help the mechanic and then ultimately, of course, help the customer.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of examples, easy peasy. One of the things is, though, there's so much out there that it can become a real barrier to entry. It can get quite confusing, all the different solutions that exist. You know, even in our own bag of tricks, we've got Repco Navigator Pro, which I'm sure you've heard about before. We've got Smart Quote, which is an award-winning quoting software. We've spoke about that at length in previous episodes as well. But it's the little things that we can do today that really make the difference. Things like SmartLink, which is enabling you to connect your parts ordering service to your workshop management software and your electronic invoicing behind the scenes, so you don't have to spend hours at the end of the day manually entering in your invoices. That's time saved, that's more profitability, and that's what we do.
You made a point of talking about saving time. What other digital solutions help mechanics save time?
Diagnostic and repair is a big one. Back in the old days, we used to have these big chunky books and we used to finger through them and thumb through them and trying to find the fix. Sometimes it was there, sometimes. Nowadays, it's all digital, it's all online, and a lot of that's actually easy to get to and much faster. We've got one that's built right into Navigator Pro called Autopedia. But it's one thing to remember is there's so many solutions on the market. My advice would be to choose wisely. You know, pick a partner, pick someone you want to do business with who's trusted and who's been in this space for a while. Look to your peers and network and ask what they're using, because you can spend money and not quite get what you're after.
And I would presume that the training aspect to that for those working for you as a mechanic is absolutely key, making sure that the people who are working for you understand how to use the software properly.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I would encourage anybody who's paying for a digital solution to share that they're paying for it with their team internally, because then everybody can take advantage of it. And when it's being taken advantage of, it's saving more and more time, and therefore it's adding more and more value.
I just want to pick up on that a bit more. Explore and expand. They're two key words when it comes to digital solutions.
Being in a mechanical workshop these days without power tools will be so much more labor intensive. You can imagine you could spanner as hard as you like. You get there eventually, but you're going to sweat for it, yeah? Digital solutions make your life easier and make your workshops more productive. And it's not just the ones that Repco brings to market. There are loads out there, but being able to talk to your network, being able to talk to your peers and listen and hear what other people have got that's working, but also that may have not hit the mark, is really, really important, because it'll help you and save you from learning that lesson the hard way. But having a digital solution in your workshop is going to make you more attractive, not only to your customers, but for potential talent to come and work for you too. Everybody wants to work with the latest tools. it's good to have what you need.
You've explained that really well. As an extension to that, I think what can happen, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but because there are so many tools out there, because there's a large expanse out there, it can be quite confusing and, even more importantly, overwhelming.
Oh, definitely. Look, the market is busy with solutions, and there's a lot of them that are not really made for the mechanical workshop, but kind of do fit. You know, a Chuck's cloth is not made for a mechanical workshop, but it'll clean a bench top. But is it going to clean a bench top full of acid? Maybe not. So it's just basically finding what works for you, and there's ways to find that out, and your network's really important part of that.
Yeah, you made that point earlier, and I think it's a really good point, and that is there's nothing better than talking to someone, and perhaps it's a mentor, or perhaps it's just someone that you know, it's a relationship you built, and asking them. I mean, it seems simplistic, but a lot of people don't think that far ahead, and they tend to do these sorts of things and investigate without any help.
One of the things I love about our industry is that people are willing to share their secrets. You know, tuners are willing to share how they got the more horsepower. The drag racing guys are sharing amongst themselves, probably a little bit more reserved, I'd say, how they're shaving those milliseconds off. It's the same in the mechanical workshops. Talk to your mates down the road and say, hey, I've got a problem. How did you fix it? You'll probably find out there's a solution sitting right there.
So we've spoken about digital solutions in a general sense. Kev, can you be more specific? What one feature is important that a mechanic looks for when they're thinking about getting a digital solution?
So the litmus test should always be, what does it do for my business and how does it help my customer? If it does nothing for your business and it doesn't help your customer, then it's not a solution. Making it easy to plug in to your business is really important. We've all bought a piece of machinery and then realized we don't have a 3-phase on the wall where we need it to be. It's the same in digital solutions world. Being able to plug it into your workshop is really important. So take Navigator Pro for an example. All you need is a computer and an internet connection. You don't need to install anything. Not all the solutions in market are as simple, but then sometimes it's worth the effort too. So it's good for you to ask a lot of questions and really flesh out your understanding before you make an investment. But that fundamental question is, how does it assist my business and how does it help my customer?
What about price? How do you work through the price of a product and whether or not you're getting value, or it's too expensive, or conversely, it's cheap and maybe this is not for me because it might not do the job?
Yeah, and this is a I can spin spanners and not spreadsheets conversation, right? Return on investment is something that you absolutely need to quantify when you're investing in solutions like this. Some of them are quite expensive, but they bring a lot of return. You need to, again, ask yourself that question. What is it giving my business and how does it help my customer? And the ROI will just make sense.
So we've explored digital solutions and the advantages, and you've given some great advice, as I've said a couple of times, but there are two words I need to now articulate to you that are so important. Cybersecurity.
Yeah, look, in today's marketplace, it's something we really need to be mindful of, right? Fortunately, workshops don't build digital solutions, so they don't have to worry too much about it. The one thing they should be doing though is partnering with someone who does worry about it and takes that sort of stuff into consideration. Being able to limit your exposure is really important, and scrutinizing the people you partner with is really, really important. And if you're not comfortable or if it looks suspicious, don't act. You know, that's what we say. Stop and think it through.
It's about educating as well.
100%.
Communicating, making people feel at ease. Sure, it's out there. Cybersecurity is an issue. We know that it's been an issue for a long time. But I'm guessing because I'm not in your chair, but I don't have your experience. But the way you communicate what you're doing in that space, presumably, would make the customers feel more relaxed.
Yeah, we're certainly one to take it very, very seriously. It's what we do.
Kev, this has been a fascinating episode talking about digital solutions. What's your final piece of advice to those who are looking in that area?
So step one is always figure out what you actually want. And not only that, but figure out what you want your business to be in 10 years' time. And then start to look around and see what solutions are in market. Talk to your network and actually ask what they've used. Look to market leaders and see what they're using and how they're engaging with their customer and some of the solutions they may have in play as well. I think this is one of those times where having a network is massively important.
Absolutely. And on that note, thank you, Kev. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Mark.
For anyone watching, we hope that you've gotten lots of value from these episodes of Evolve TV. And if you have any comments or questions about what we've discussed here today, go ahead and visit the Evolve Hub community to continue the conversation. And we look forward to seeing you for the next episode of Evolve TV.